Let's welcome our market Almanvi. Hitesh Eidnani is with us. Nitin Morarka joins in. Radhika Gupta will be with us in just a bit. So, gentlemen, good morning. Great to have both of you here on the show right now. Hitesh, first question to you. Surprised by yesterday's move? A second half move largely, in about 5 or 6 names really pushing things up.
Yes, Prashant, we are clearly in a short-term uptrend now in the Nifty. Nifty seems to have taken support close to the 50-week EMA around 5200, and basically look at the fall that happened from November 2010 from around 6350 levels to around 5180 in Feb 2011. If you take a 50% retracement of that fall, that gives you 5770, and if you take a 38.2% retracement, and these are Fibonacci levels that I'm talking about, that gives you 5632. So these are two numbers to watch out for, 5632 and 5770. Nifty seems to be heading towards these levels. Whether it goes up higher from there or bounces around that level, that time will tell whether this trend that has started from 5180, whether it's sustainable. That we would have to reevaluate later. But yes, currently we are clearly in an uptrend now, a short-term uptrend, and for short-term traders, the trade is on the long side rather than on the short side currently.
Nitin, where do you stand?
No, Prashant, our forward linking where he's got that as a view over the next 2 months. I know, Hitesh, you just said right now you're watching 5632, you're watching 5770, and then you'll take a call beyond. But, are you more inclined to think this market is going to move up to the 6,000 mark over the next 2 months?
It's very possible. It may not be a straight line process. We might go up a couple of 100 points and again retrace that rise which you had from 5180 down a bit to around 5400. But it's very possible that we see 6,000 in the next couple of months and 7,000 by year end. So it's very possible. But like I said, we would have to evaluate the picture technically as time progresses. It's very difficult to give a forecasting view at this point in time. But yes, currently the trend is up right now. Whether that short-term trend gets translated into an intermediate and a longer-term trend, we would have to reevaluate in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, let's talk about the 4-5 stocks that Prashant had flagged off at the start of the show, which were really responsible for yesterday's gains. And Hitesh, Nitin, I want your views on that. Let's start with the HDFC twins, Hitesh. HDFC Bank up 4% yesterday at 2183, and HDFC at 639 was up 3% plus. What's the trajectory on those two charts?
Banks have had a very sharp fall. In fact, they've fallen sharpest and they seem to have bounced back. Last 4 trading sessions have been good for banks. In fact, if you look at the overall banking Nifty, traders can go long on the bank Nifty with a short-term target of 11,400. If you look specifically at HDFC and HDFC Bank, clearly they are looking very strong right now for the short term, and traders could initiate short-term trades on them to say 3 to 4%, maybe 5% uptick in the next few trading sessions.
Okay.
So
Prashant, I was very happy to see Reliance coming back into that trading range of 950 to 1150, which it's been for the last 18 months. It broke down and I thought it would go the same way that Reliance Infrastructure went, but thankfully it's bounced back smartly. So while we are in this range, range traders could clearly trade this range, keep a stop loss of around 900 and wait for it to go around to the 1050 odd mark and again exit out there. So while we're in this range, there is no direction, but if it breaks out of this range once again, then we would have to be prepared for either a breakdown or a breakout.
Right, it's taken, the reaction of the bounce has come straight. If you draw a straight line all the way from 2003 to 2008, RIL got to that and then bounced from that to where it is right now. That's about 950.
And pharma. In pharma, we are very bullish on Sun Pharma and Biocon. So these 3 sectors are clearly looking strong. When the bull market happens, and whenever it happens, I'm not suggesting it's starting now. Whenever the next leg of the bull rally happens, some new sectors would emerge, and it's very difficult to point out now which those sectors would be. But as and when we start seeing strength in those sectors and the bull market progressing, that's when we will be able to give out stronger calls on those particular sectors. But in today's day and age, these are the 3 sectors that are clearly looking strong.
Okay, in the last month or so, TCS hasn't done that much, Hitesh. What kind of levels have you got on TCS? What are you targeting?
I think it's consolidating. We've had a sharp fall and TCS have managed to hold on. Here in the IT space, currently Infosys, TCS are the strongest, and among the slightly lower companies, HCL Tech is looking to be very, very strong. So TCS over the next couple of years, if you were to take a 1-2 year call on TCS, we could clearly see levels of around 1700 to 2000 on that. So we are very bullish on TCS.
Okay. Back to 10 profits on NDTV profit. We left 55.46 in the spot. So there are investors who must be wondering what to do.
See, from a trading perspective, let's talk about from a trend. Clearly, real estate is in a downtrend, and Unitech is looking the weakest among the real estate pack. Value investors who got a very long-term horizon, 5 years, 7 years, could pick up Unitech now and hope for a huge kind of a trend reversal, some kind of a huge up move happening in some subsequent bull run. But if you're looking at a short-term 1 month, 2 month, 3 month kind of a perspective, my advice would be to leave this counter alone because it's looking very weak. It's still making a pattern of lower tops and lower bottoms. We could continue heading lower from here. 36 now could translate to 25 in a couple of months. So my advice would be, if you have a short-term perspective, leave this counter alone.
I think same
Was up for a quarter of a percent or so. L&T and BHEL, Hitesh?
Prashant, BHEL is looking negative on the charts, and like you pointed out, L&T has shown a smart bounce back, but BHEL continues to look negative on the charts. It is looking bearish now. Whether there's a trend reversal around the corner, it's difficult to say, but currently it is bearish, and I would not be buying BHEL at current levels.
Okay. Nestle reports on. Hitesh, Nestle?
Prashant, Nestle is looking good. In fact, the entire FMCG space is looking good. Hopefully we should see HLL, ITC, the front runners in the FMCG space leading the space much higher. Nestle, potentially we should see a retest of 3900 to 4000 the next 3 to 6 months and higher levels from there. So we are bullish on Nestle.
Okay, Radhika, Nitin, Hitesh, appreciate your time with us this morning. Great having you here on.